Iran on edge as Trump deploys bombers. Tensions in the Middle East have exploded. Iran is feeling cornered, and for good reason. U.S. President Donald Trump has just deployed America's most lethal stealth aircraft, the B-2 Spirit bombers, to the remote island of Diego Garcia in the Indian Ocean. Why? Because the U.S. is sending a powerful signal. If Iran refuses to negotiate over its nuclear program, airstrikes may be imminent. But Iran isn't staying quiet. Its military has begun threatening a preemptive strike on Diego Garcia itself, a bold claim that's raising eyebrows and triggering alarms across the region. Is Iran bluffing, or are we looking at the brink of a new conflict? The fallout from Trump's letter to Tehran. It all started with a formal letter from Trump to the Iranian government, urging Iran to return to direct nuclear negotiations. For years, Iran has pushed toward developing nuclear weapons by enriching uranium, now nearing 60% purity, getting closer to weapons-grade levels. But here's the irony. This escalation can be traced back to Trump himself. In his first term, he withdrew the U.S. from the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action, or JCPOA, which had imposed restrictions on Iran's nuclear development. Trump replaced diplomacy with sanctions, devastating Iran's economy, but also unshackling it from the deal's restrictions. Now, with no agreement in place and Iran refusing new talks, Trump's next move is military pressure, and Diego Garcia is the launch pad. Iran issues a chilling warning. In response to Trump's actions, Iran is firing back, at least rhetorically. Iranian military officials told The Telegraph that if any attack is launched from Diego Garcia or other regional bases, Iran will retaliate without hesitation. Their statement was blunt. We will not distinguish between British, American, or Turkish soldiers if their base is used by Americans. On top of that, Iran claims to have advanced missiles and drones ready for long-range strikes, including upgraded Shahed 136B kamikaze drones and the Khorramshahr missile. The message is clear: if Trump's threats become reality, Iran will strike first. But do they have the reach to make good on that threat? What is Diego Garcia, and why does it matter? Diego Garcia isn't just a dot on the map. It's one of the most strategic U.S. military assets in the world. This island, the largest in the Chagos archipelago, is owned by the UK but operated by the U.S. military. Built in the 1970s, the base played a crucial role in America's operations during the Iraq and Afghanistan wars. Its location in the Indian Ocean makes it ideal for launching long-range bomber missions across the Middle East, including deep into Iranian territory. With over 4,000 U.S. and UK military personnel stationed there and advanced infrastructure for stealth bombers, Diego Garcia is now at the center of a growing geopolitical storm. Iran sees it as a serious threat, and rightly so. The B-2 Spirit, America's deadliest stealth bomber. The deployment of the B-2 Spirit bombers to Diego Garcia is what truly escalated this conflict. These stealth aircraft are among the most advanced ever built, capable of carrying both conventional and nuclear weapons. The B-2 can fly undetected across continents, strike targets with devastating accuracy, and return to base, all without ever being seen on radar. Each B-2 can carry up to 80 conventional bombs or 16 nuclear warheads. Now, at least 7 of the U.S.'s limited B-2 fleet have been deployed to Diego Garcia, an unprecedented buildup. Supporting aircraft like KC-135 aerial tankers and C-17s have also landed, extending the B-2's already massive range and confirming that the U.S. is preparing for every possible outcome. Can Iran really strike first? Iran may talk about preemptive strikes, but can it actually hit Diego Garcia? That's where things get tricky. The island is over 1,500 miles from Iran's southern border, well beyond the reach of most of Iran's missile arsenal. Its longest-range missile, the Khorramshahr 4, only has a 1,240-mile range. Even its newer Shahed 136B drones, with a maximum range of 2,485 miles, are barely capable of reaching the island if launched from the very southernmost point of Iran, and their slow, traveling at under 120 miles an hour, making them easy targets for U.S. air defenses. Bottom line, Iran might be threatening Diego Garcia, but its chances of successfully reaching the island, let alone damaging it, are slim to none. Iran's outdated Air Force and Navy. Even if Iran wanted to mount an aerial or naval assault, it's ill-equipped to do so. Most of Iran's Air Force is decades old. The backbone of its fleet consists of US-made F-4 Phantom IIs from the 1950s and Soviet MiG jets from the Cold War era. While Iran does operate some tanker aircraft for in-flight refueling, these jets lack stealth, speed, and modern targeting systems. Iran's navy isn't much better. Despite having 25 submarines and over 100 vessels, none are equipped for long-range offensive operations. The Iranian navy lacks aircraft carriers and modern missile systems, making it nearly impossible to project force as far as Diego Garcia. In reality, these platforms are more symbolic than threatening. Why the U.S. isn't taking any chances. Even though Iran may not pose a credible military threat to Diego Garcia, the U.S. isn't leaving anything to chance. The deployment of B-2 bombers, aerial refueling tankers, and supply aircraft is just the beginning. U.S. destroyers and other warships are already on high alert in the region. And now that Iran has publicly mentioned a preemptive strike, the base is likely operating under heightened readiness protocols. The U.S. knows that conflict can erupt from a miscalculation or rogue commander, and it's preparing accordingly. This isn't just about Iran anymore. It's about protecting U.S. assets, allies, and deterrence across the region. What happens next? So, what's next? Iran is cornered but defiant. Trump is demanding direct talks, but the military pressure is clearly mounting. With stealth bombers in position and the threat of airstrikes hanging in the air, the world is watching to see who moves first. Will Iran cave and come to the table? Or will it risk everything on a preemptive attack that could ignite a war it's not prepared to win? Either way, Diego Garcia has become the flashpoint, and the first strike, if it happens, will likely come from or against this island. The countdown may have already begun. What do you think? Can Iran really strike Diego Garcia? Or is Trump's pressure campaign about to force Tehran's hand at the negotiating table? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe to The Military Show for more in-depth breakdowns of the world's most dangerous flashpoints.